All right, hey there, Jeff here. So, look what finally arrived, and it's actually in decent condition. So yes, this was the package that was mailed on November 22nd from around the Los Angeles, California area, and it basically sat there in the system as far as the tracking goes to say nothing for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then, like I had mentioned in my previous video, it just all of a sudden popped up as being from having a notification that it was in DC, which is a couple hours from here. And sure enough, the next day it showed up. So it's no worse for wear. It's in good condition. I'm not going to talk about this one today, though, because honestly, there's a lot of stuff in. There was a lot of stuff in here, and what I want to do is break it down into smaller increments and discuss some of the bands. So what I'm talking today about is going to be a couple things I picked up today in a local store, and a couple other things that came in the mail at the same time that did. So let's start with the couple things that came in the mail. Now, in my previous video, a couple videos ago, I told the story of the Dio album that I picked up at Best Buy that had both discs were the same. They were both album 2 and the 2 album set. So I took it back, got the credit on a gift card, and then I had won a gift card from a Christmas party at a church, and so I combined the money and I went online and ordered these two, which helps me catch up. Everybody knows I'm a Whitesnake fan, so I picked up the Whitesnake Rock album, and these are really nice, embossed here, sticking up. If you're not familiar with these, it's not a re-recording of classic songs, and it's not a best of rock songs. They've been remixed, remastered, and some of them have been tinkered with, edited. Maybe they did do some re-recording. It just basically talks about it being remastered, remixed, and revisited. So this is part 1 of a 3-part trilogy. So you have the rock album, and then the next one I'm going to show, and then there's a third one that's going to be the red one, and then the blue one comes out soon, which is going to be the bluesier songs. And these are, it's a double disc set, and these are on white, as makes sense. So it's all of the great, the great rock hits that they've done. Still the Night, Best Years. It covers a long range. Give Me All Your Love, Anything You Want. It's got a long range of compiling songs from over the many years. Yes, great little package, and I, didn't grab it when it first came out, and then at first I didn't really understand what it was, and then I finally did, and I'm like, I need to get that, but by the time I thought about it, the Love Song one was out, which is the red version. So these are all the love songs, a little more mellow side, also remastered, remixed, and revisited. And of course, these are on red. Now, like I said, the third set forthcoming, is going to be blue, and it's going to be the bluesier side of the stuff. So they're going to have that. And supposedly, I guess it says in the notes that these are part of an even bigger box type sets that are coming in the future years. So I guess they remixed, remastered, and revisited a lot of these, and they're going to put out some kind of a big box set or sets. I don't know. I didn't read the notes close enough. It just says that these albums compile songs from future box sets. So, but we know they've done that. The previous couple Whitesnakes, they've the remixed and remastered and all that. They slided in, and some of the things that they've been revisiting and putting back out. So now the things from today. This was just a fluke. I just jokingly said, "Hey, I know what we can do." My wife and I were driving around. We can go to, and I mentioned the record store, and she's like, "Okay." I don't know why. I said, "Oh, she must be buttering me up for something." She doesn't agree to just take me there, and then sat in the car and waited for me. Anyway, this is the same store that I went to a couple of month or two ago, where she went in, and then I ended up coming out with a lot of like unofficial releases and some other, that's where I picked up and talked about, I picked up some of the unofficial releases from like the first couple Pantera era and Van Halen and Black Sabbath and then some other things. So I went back there thinking, well, let's, I've got some Christmas bonus money and stuff. Maybe I can pick up some more. And I don't know, it seemed like, from what I remember from going there, a month or two ago, whenever I went, that some of the prices were more. So some of the albums that I was looking at then that were under 30 were now like 35 and above. And so almost every bootleg type release, you know, where they released the radio broadcasts and stuff, you know, all the different unofficial releases, just all of them were 39, 49, 59. I'm like, no, no. I was hoping they would have the other two Pantera that they didn't have last time, but they had the exact same one, so I guess you got some more of those in. The only one that I was looking at seriously getting was they had Van Halen's Balance. Definitely, you know, it was not a real one. The artwork was different. It had the same kids and everything, but it was bigger, crisper. It was a different look and feel, yet still somewhat familiar. But even that, you know, was like $35. Not that. I don't want to do that. So what I did is I ended up finding a bunch of under $10, you know, used records. So picked up the last Black and Blue album. Then they had this last time I went there, and I passed on it because I had so many unofficial releases. I went back, and there it was. And I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and grab it because it's the last one I need from them to complete the early years. So, yes, now I have Nasty Nasty, and it is a gold stamp promo. Now, one thing I noticed, I picked up all these records and just walked out. I'm like, I'm not going to open them and look. I always open them and look to see what the vinyl looks like. But I just said, you know, if one of the store had a 4-person limit, there were like 3 of us, and I just felt like I wanted to go ahead and get out, and I was stepping out. I got back in the car and I checked all these that I bought, and I don't think they've ever been played. I don't think this guy has a cleaner. I don't know, but whoever these came from, I rarely buy a used record that looks this good, so I was impressed. All the ones I got were impressive. So yes, Nasty Nasty, Fastway, all fired up. I love the first album. I love the second album. Now I have them both on vinyl. There's a couple other ones in there that I want to get if I pick up, but you know, I saw that. Now, let me do this first. Lita Ford, Dance on the Edge. I have the first one on vinyl, and so now I have the second one. And again, it is like pristine condition, and so I grabbed that. This one is funny because in the previous video that I found this band's second album, and I thought one day I'm going to circle back around and get their first and third album, and I found the first album by Heaven, and this is the Bent edition. It was initially, from what I see online, initially released just called Heaven, and then later, I guess, with an official release, you know, it's got the Bent on here. So this was the first Heaven album, and then I had picked up the second the other day, which was, you know, I thought was a lot better than I remembered it being back in the day. I'm hoping this is the same. So that is it. I was just impressed when I came out and checked them all in the car, and I was like, wow, these are in great condition. So that's it for now. I don't want to make these videos too long, and I want to break up the other batch because, again, I don't want to make the videos too long. I do have one more that's still sitting in DC, coming from Boone's Overstock, that's going to have some more limited run vinyl and some CDs and stuff that I got from him for Black Friday. And I believe that's the last major big Black Friday related purchase that I have. Everything else that is straggler out there are just onesies here and there for different things. And I have a new Metalhead box coming in too. So I'll be back. Make another video about the other box tonight. We'll see. But thanks for joining me. Rock on.